Hello there and welcome to another exciting episode of Sister with me, Jessica, and of course my sisters. I'll introduce them to you shortly, but you're welcome. We're really excited that you could tune in once again, and hopefully you can join our conversation before the show ends. Now, there are various ways that you can interact with us. I will tell you all about them right after this. Right, so to interact with us on Sister, there are various ways that you can do so. First, you can send an email to jessica@cityfmonline.com, or you can just send a WhatsApp message to 054-998-6996. Alternatively, you can maybe join our growing Facebook community. We have Sister, a page on Facebook. Just search for Sister Live. You'll see this logo. Like the page and, interact with us as and when necessary. Or just slide into our DMs, drop a message there. That's also a way to reach us on the show. For now, though, let me say hello to my sisters who are here we're all wearing similar colors of sorts, as if some memo went out. Let's say hello to Tina. Hi, good to see you.
Good to see you.
What's going on?
What's up with the pimple?
I don't know, Charlie. Someone doesn't want me to be great.
Okay, but you look fine, as always.
Of course, because the pimple's not on your face. That's fine. It's on someone else's face. It's okay.
You look fine.
All right, thank you. Yeah. So do you.
Oh, thank you.
You look like some Chinese gangster.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Oh,
but you've been good, right?
Yeah, I've been great.
Good to know.
Yeah,
Good
looking forward to the holiday weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
August getaway.
Yeah.
You go pop rough.
I'm going somewhere.
You are clueless.
Oh.
You're going to Akoso
As for
jail.
you, ladies.
Hey, man, I got time, oh shit.
Okay, so
tell Mr. Leguzon,
Hey, I'm coming.
leave the kiddie booms behind.
Fast.
Yes, for a special weekend.
Oh, really? Oh, like, you're
Yeah.
there.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, totally.
We'll give you details. Don't
Nice.
worry.
Yeah.
How are you, though?
I'm good. I'm good. I've got a tan. I sound so weird. But anyways, I'm learning how to swim, which is nice. You see, never say never. And it's amazing what I've learned over the week and a half so far.
Yeah?
It's amazing how fear can actually stop you from doing amazing things.
Yeah.
So I'm gradually learning to let go
And
just
let God.
get rid of the fear and just chill. But it's interesting. I'm enjoying it. So,
Good.
I mean, if you're out there, don't let fear prevent you from doing something
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
True. It's good advice. Rosie, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
People may ask you, where's Rosie?
Look,
How
people
can
have
you
been
do
sending
that?
me messages on Facebook, Instagram.
Hey.
Is everything okay with you? Are you sick? What is wrong with you?
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, work just happened.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
soon I'll be back. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to be back.
Yeah. Trust me, nothing will get in the way of Rosie and sister
my God.
unless it's really important. So no worries, guys. She's back on the show. All right, so we'll go right into action. Let's do that. I will start with a message here which says, hello, Jessie. People haven't called me Jessie in a while. Anyway, it says, I grew up with my mom's elder sister and her family, which included her daughter and son. Her daughter used to bring a particular newspaper home after work, and she used to tell me how interesting some of the stories in the paper were. So one day, I decided to have a glance at this so-called paper, only to notice that it had a series of adult content. And as naive as I was as a teenager, I fell in love with the paper and developed a habit of reading it all the time. And that was when I began masturbating. I'm in my mid-20s. I've not been in a relationship for the past 8 years. And the last time I had sex is 2 years ago. And I guess it's because I have an alternative, which in this case is masturbation. Now, I tried to date my cousin online. And unfortunately, she fell in love with me. I found out during our blind online dating that she also is into masturbation. And since then, I find her more attractive than any woman I've ever met. I actually have sexual feelings for her, although she's my cousin. Jess, this is very disturbing because now anytime I see her, I look at her cleavage and she also looks at my fly because I'm somewhat endowed. Help. I do not want to sleep with my cousin.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Why do you welcome me
sorts
with
of
things like
weird.
this?
Charlie. What can you think that? But since you came,
no. Let
no,
them-
you start.
No, you
you
start.
start.
I need to have orientation.
This one,
Oh no,
dear.
Olivia should be drastic with this one.
Oh, no, you start. Come, go.
Wait,
The floor is
We are
yours.
waiting,
The floor is
No,
yours.
I'm just trying to sink everything in.
I'm sure that paper was PMP.
Most likely. You used to read some, eh? In school, when we were young, PMP was the paper.
PMP was the
Does it still
paper.
exist?
No, I don't
Yeah.
think
I
so.
don't think so.
So it's probably
the
not
last time
PMP.
I heard.
But that paper was hard.
I tell you.
Inside.
Hey, and the cartoons and things. Charlie, Rosina, we are still waiting for you.
I'm still thinking. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy because you see, the person, well, his conscience is still working somewhat, because he said that the person is his cousin, and he doesn't want to sleep with his cousin. The intentions are there, but you see, some of these things, and they are like spirits that pull you when you get into it. So initially you start, it looks harmless, it looks like there's nothing much to it, and then as time goes on, you try justifying what you are doing, you know. So it's a serious situation to find yourself in, but I think that he needs to be counseled. He needs to be, and the lady too needs to be counseled. Both of them need to be counseled, because you see, if he takes the counseling on his own, the lady can reinfect him with the thoughts. And so it's important that both of them talk about it and know that this is not good. This shouldn't happen, and both of them should make a deliberate effort not to make it happen. And then the online, things are getting funny these days. It's just crazy, and you can't say they should stop or they should, because that's where the world is going to now. But for me, what I take from this is that when we are doing stuff that seems pretty harmless, you should be very careful in the beginning, because you think that, oh, it's your cousin, you're just talking dirty, you're just saying things here and there. Now it's developed into something very, very serious. Your emotions are there, your psyche, everything is into it. And now you now have to unlearn all those emotions. It's very difficult. So as much as possible, let's not toy with certain things. Let's not even get there. Let's not start driving. Let's just chill and respect each other. But I think that the only thing for them now is really for them to be counseled by a professional, because they need to take that thing out of their heads. Because the masturbation, and the thing is that when you start doing certain things that are not conventional, and you meet others who also do the same thing, there's a natural attraction, because then both of you can identify on a certain level. You understand? So it is your vices that have brought you together. It's not very much the fact that she's the best person on the planet. Trust me, he would date her. Let's assume that even the families allow them to date. After about 6 months, they are going to be bored with each other. They're going to be angry with each other. Other things are going to surface, and they probably would not have a good relationship, quote unquote. So it's their vices that have brought them together, because you know, they can talk freely about their vices between the two of them. That's what has brought them together. So I think that everything is allowed, but just moderation. I don't know.
Livy.
First and foremost, I'm happy that you admit that there's a problem. I would not advise you to sleep with your cousin, no matter how attractive she is. You know that you're not supposed to be sleeping with her. That's why, because if you thought it was okay by now, you would have slept with her and gotten it over and done with, but you're asking us. So it means that there's that other side of you that's like, maybe I shouldn't do this. So go with your gut feeling, and please don't sleep with your cousin. There's this thing, like, when you lust after someone, once you sleep with them, and then what? You have to constantly try as much as possible to look at the bigger picture. It's not just about the 10 minutes of pleasure. Afterwards, what happens? You still have your whole life ahead of you. And in life, the decisions we take have consequences, and you have to be ready and willing to, you know, step up to it when the consequences show up. So please don't sleep with your cousin. get help. Like we always say, get professional help, and take it one day at a time. You can start off with the masturbation bit, whereby you decide, I know it's not easy. Don't be hard on yourself, because the more harder you are on yourself, the tendency that you would go back to it is even high, because then you'll be at a place whereby this thing cry, I can't stop. This is how it is. So that is it. Don't be hard on yourself. Take it one day at a time. It's okay to slip every now and then, but once you get help and you make a conscious effort that I'm gradually taking steps to stopping this habit, it will help, because it's a mental block thing whereby you are very satisfied with satisfying yourself. Therefore, it will surprise you to know that no matter how many times should you decide to sleep with your cousin, no matter how many times you sleep with her, you would not be satisfied. And neither would she, because she's also where you're at. So you're two people facing the same problems, appreciating the same problems. It doesn't mean that you coming together and shagging each other is going to solve the problem. You're just going to compound it, end up being unhappy. So let's look at what the cracks of the issues are, what your problem is, and let's try to solve them. And good, what you could do is to get your cousin involved. Ask her if she wants help. There's no point giving help to somebody who doesn't want it. Have a talk with her and tell her that this is serious. I think we both need help. And if she's open to help, why not both of you do it together? It's like trying to lose weight, and you're trying to lose weight, and maybe your husband is trying to
gain weight.
Exactly. But if you're both trying to lose weight and you both have a common goal as to what you want things to be better, then as a woman, you try and sort out what you eat in the kitchen in terms of diet, in terms of exercising. So you have somebody to grow with. So I think that speak to her, grow with her, find help, see how you can actually solve the problem so that you can have a better future. The thing is, what do you want for yourself as an individual? What do both of you want for yourself? Do you want to see yourself in the next 10, 20 years still masturbating and still going through these, and do you want your children to grow up coming to see you seriously masturbating because you haven't been able to get over it? So look at the bigger picture and ask yourself what you want, and then ask for help. I think there's a solution, and like I always say, pray on it and you'll be fine.
Great.
My question is, what do you fear the most that will happen to you if somebody should find out, if your parents should find out? Do you even fear disgrace? Do you fear that
she could get pregnant?
Something. So the thing is, for me, where he's at right now, you see, he's in a place where he feels as though, yes, I know it's bad. You know how a lot of people rationalize things like, okay, I know it's really bad, but you see, let me just go through, just the tip. Let me just rub small and see how it feels. I'm looking at her cleavage. How about just touching it small? How about just kissing her to feel how it just, tastes and all that? So I feel that sometimes these are difficult situations to be in or to find yourself in. And it's good that you're saying that it's not good to be there. But it doesn't also stop you, and all the advice that we can give you, we can tell you, but you're in a place where you still want to try. Yeah, see, a foot in such a just so just think about your 2 minutes of pleasure, 5 minutes of pleasure, 1 year of pleasure, 2 years of pleasure, and
think of the
consequence that comes with it. Let's say you turn on a new leaf, or it comes out to the family that you and your cousin have been having sex or something. It's very disgraceful. I don't know how you will feel.
It's not an all cortisol.
That's why I said I don't know how he feels about it. If that is disgrace enough, it should scare you. Because I feel that where you are at right now, unless you fear something, nothing will stop you. Or when you go and it's not nice, then you stop. That is what I'll say. Now, to the masturbation thing, is a big problem. It's something that people say, explore yourself, know thyself, touch and know, touch and feel. That's when they touch you here, you know that, okay, you respond to this better and all that. It's only self-control that can keep you away from doing it so many times that it
becomes disruptive.
Yes. So if you start or you find yourself in such situations, Olivia was saying something along those lines. Give yourself hourly or daily task or targets not to touch yourself as frequently as you do it. Just try and see that, okay, I do it. Yes, I do it.
Let's say 5 times
a day. So this time I'll do it 3. Then you pace yourself because you have realized your own problem. Nobody knows. So pace yourself and cut down on it till you know that this is gone out of your system. And then you can say once a while, all I'm trying to say is, when you have realized that you are addicted to something, it is only you that can stop. It is only you that would say that I am tired of being in this situation. Enough is enough. And so with regards to the masturbation problem, I would say pace yourself. Do things according to your own plan, and then let things recede little by little. But with your cousin's thing, one day, I beg you, see, it can hurt you.
It can break families.
It can hurt you for life. So just think about the consequences of things that can happen, and don't even venture.
Yeah. And it's not just about you in this case. Like she's saying, it can break the family apart. It could cause a problem between your mother and her sister. You know, so let's not even go there. I mean, the fact that you've written to us makes us know that you know it's a problem. You understand? Like this cousin thing, Charlie. There are plenty women out there. Search, cast that net upon the waters. I'm sure you will find someone who's willing to be with you. So we wish you the best of luck. We'll go for a commercial break. When we return, more of your messages. It's Sister Sister on City TV and 97.3 City FM. And you're welcome back. Sister Sister on City TV and 97.3 City FM. Our WhatsApp number is still active. You can send a comment or a question to us. Maybe you have something going on in your relationship you'd like us to address. 054-998-6996. It's pretty straightforward. Or send an email to jessica@cityfmonline.com. There's a one-liner here. It says, Sisters, I have a simple question. What would you ladies define as cheating? Because I think my boyfriend is having a field day.
Oh, wow. this is
what like comprises of cheating?
An open topic.
Charlie?
No, but that topic alone can finish the show.
Yeah.
Let's help the girl because it looks like the boyfriend, no?
Okay. Should I take emotional? You take some.
I'll take the sexual.
Yeah.
Oh, you take the sexual one, and you take which one?
I would say baby.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so I think your partner is your friend. Your partner is your confidant. Your everything. Okay, he's your first port of call in any issue. Okay, you can have friends, you can have family and whatever, but you've decided to cleave or leave and cleave to this person. So I mean, when you're going through emotional changes, you're angry, you're sad, you're whatever, he or she is the first person that you tell. You are able to open up to, and unless he or she is the cause, and you know that even if you open up and talk to the person, it may not work. And so you need a third party to confide in. Once you find a replacement or you find another person, especially of the opposite sex, to share your happy moments, your sad moments, your down moments and everything with, I will consider it as cheating. Emotional cheating.
Interesting.
I would say that if you replace your partner with another person, especially the person makes you happy, you're in a haste to tell the person, Charlie, today when I went to work, they gave me a raise. He's the first person to know before your man knows or your woman knows. Today, Charlie, I got angry, I blasted my team. That's the first person you told. Like everything. My mom says this, my father said this, my friend said this. Like everything you tell the person, all the emotional changes you're going through, you want to change something in the bank, your bank statement, everything, you are telling this person. You're moving away, or that connection that binds you together, that puts him above everyone else. You've taken that away from him. I consider it as emotional cheating too.
Quick question though.
Good.
If you have a best friend, you're who is of the opposite sex, and you're quick to do all these things with, right? And you find someone, the tendency that you keep going to your best friend is very high because they're your go-to people. So at which point in time do you draw the line between getting emotionally detached from your best friend and
I like that question,
getting back to your partner?
So you're used to your best friend and then your partner comes in. You have to wean yourself off your best friend as your relationship gets serious.
Okay.
So if you're just dating, you've met yourselves and it's nothing serious, you're just seeing how it goes, and you're still talking to your best friend, so you're even discussing your relationship with your best friend. But once you have said to this person that, listen, we're getting serious, we're doing this together, and you're moving into the state of even marriage, courtship, and you are getting there, that's the time where you need to detach completely.
You know, I've had that kind of experience before, where I was very close friends with a gentleman in uni. We're very, very close. So when he started dating, and we were so close in the terms that, like, anything he's thinking, he wants to do something. And it was so funny that when we even step out together, because we all used to dance, we step out together, you realize that his girlfriend is there, I'm there, and we are doing most of the talking. So after one episode, I looked him in the eye and I said, look, you know, gentleman, you know what? I know we are very good friends, but you have a girlfriend and I need to respect that. So I'm going to distance myself from you. It doesn't mean I don't care about you as a friend, but I need to distance myself. So you learn how to bond with your girlfriend. Because you see,
good friends do.
Yes. So and that's what a good friend has to do. So the best friend knows that, yes, you're married now. Yes, you have a boyfriend. Yes, you have a girlfriend. It doesn't mean that you should put your best friend in the background and say, I'm not talking to you ever again. But you need to slowly wean yourself and start having solid relationships, because you see, your boyfriend, let's assuming he becomes your husband, it means that he is the person that, whether you like it or not, you get to see every day. You sleep, he's the last face you see, he's the first face you see when you wake up, vice versa. So you can't have such a relationship with somebody and yet emotionally you're out there. It doesn't gel. What's going to happen is that over time you're going to start having other issues because emotionally you don't connect. So it's going to derail into physical issues, social issues, and the like. But if emotionally you are connected, what happens is that all the other puzzles, they kind of like fall into place. And emotional cheating is by far one of the most serious forms of cheating, because with emotional cheating, sometimes there's really no crime.
And probably no evidence.
There's no evidence, there's no crime, as in, you can't say, and with emotional cheating, it doesn't always have to even do with the opposite sex. Sometimes even with the boys. He's always with the boys, always chatting with the boys, always running issues by the boys. Everything about his life, his bestie boy, or the bestie girl, if it's a lady, is the one who knows. So that kind of emotional cheating, you can't even complain about it. Because when you complain about it, it's like you're making a fuss about nothing. But it sits on you, it eats you up. So emotional cheating can be very serious, because sometimes you don't even have evidence to back your claim.
Interesting. Okay.
Wow.
Sexual.
Yes.
Physical.
So I know. So this sexual cheating would usually start off by your partner would have, your friend is saying, upgraded or promoted himself from the emotional stuff, right? There's two kinds. People who progress from emotional into the actual cheating, whereby they go find the women and then take the knickers off. There's some men who just see you, he knows he's in a relationship with you, but yeah, he can't stick to, the farm is there, but you know, he has to have other gardens and stuff to play around with. So he'll go out, pursue whoever it is, and then have a one-night stand or whatever. So basically, sexual cheating is when your partner doesn't find you, he may find you attractive, but he's not satisfied with you enough. You don't make him happy enough, so he's going to get whatever it is that he wants to get outside.
Elsewhere.
So he's basically, he doesn't cherish you enough. See, men are physical beings. Like, women like to hear sweet stuff. It takes a while for a woman's emotions to be, not all women, but most women, their emotions to be aroused and all of them. Men, they see what they like and they're like, damn, she fine. And he's like, exactly. He goes straight for what he wants. He's lured into doing all sorts of things based on what he sees and what he wants. So when a man, you are in a relationship with a man and he progresses from not finding you sexually attractive enough and constantly goes out, is a big problem. But it progresses. That's all I'm saying. It just progresses, whereby they sleep with you, even mentally. They sleep with this other person, even though they're in a relationship with you, in their minds. And like T was saying, some men will see a woman and already they've undressed her. They know, they anticipate what she looks like without clothes, and they've already slept with her even before they actually sleep with her. But you can't tell. Some men would disrespect you when you're sitting in the car and they're constantly looking at other women. I'm not saying that it's not okay to admire every now. You can steal glances, but there's some men who just completely make it obvious.
So if it's obvious, it means they're cheating. They'll never see these women again, though.
So it depends. It depends on a million and one things. It depends on how they do it and how they disrespect you. Haven't you seen some men literally look at somebody to the extent whereby it's like, hey, what's your nekaka?
Yeah, because
that's not cheating. That's admiring.
Because they're
isn't it? Oh, I'm lost.
Okay, so something like that has happened to me before, where I know that I have what I have. And then he sees somebody and his eyes are going like that. I'm like, hey. And then he goes like, Charlie, sorry, this one will be another level. And that was it. And afterwards, we laughed about it.
Did you feel like he had cheated on you?
No. I'm just trying to say that I understand what you're saying. Okay. If it's a habitual, if it's a habitual thing that he sees any woman who is more endowed than you are, and he makes it obvious that, listen, I deal with the is you.
But is that one cheating? He still hasn't.
I think that is where it starts.
These are perfect. No, I feel you. But these are perfect strangers. Hopefully, they never meet again.
You never know.
Maybe I know, but until it happens, you can't actually say that. Okay. You feel me? Let's say you went to a restaurant. He's someone who he likes stargazing. That's what I'll call it, right? So there's a woman on the next table, small time, you know, his eyes dart to the next table, that kind of thing. You catch him. It doesn't mean he's cheating.
Okay, how long? That's how it progresses.
See,
and
then
by the time
I know that my husband likes people with
Bobby stand.
Bobby. Plenty. I mean, this purport that I have here is because of Danica.
Because of the baby.
After Danica finishes breastfeeding, it will vanish. So sometimes when I'm with him and I see somebody who has that volume, it is me who even says,
hey. Look at you or something.
Say, hey, do you want to? You see, for me personally, those things, I don't think that it takes anything away. When it's done disrespectfully,
that's where I'm coming.
As in, for instance, maybe he's admiring somebody. Can't you see that if we were more like this, would have been more sexier? If we were more like this, then you would have been better. If you have now become fat. If you were a little slim like this person, or me, I like with big buttocks. You don't have buttocks. Who cry? You know, then it becomes like they are comparing you, they are cheating on you. But when they are, you know that, because you see, most people don't end up with quote unquote their spec. Because the physical spec is there,
right,
and then we have the other more important reasons why people choose their life partners. So most of the time you ask people, oh, was he really your spec before? Like, oh, Charlie guy, me wanna cry, no can't cry, and I go, we don't come and listen cry, but some way somehow you end up together. So you still have your spec that generally you admire. You understand? Yeah. I know a spec.
But it should stop at admiration,
yes,
correct?
Yes.
So there's, for instance, there's a spec that if I see that spec, even in Zabzugu, I know it's Jessica's spec. Period.
Yay!
It's Jessica's spec. You understand?
So you know,
yeah, we know. So if Jess, for instance, I'm sitting with Jess and I see her sporting one of these specs like that, I know that
but Jess, there you can't stop at admiration.
But listen, no.
What's
that? But once the admiration progresses beyond satisfying your eyes or for conversation,
eye candy.
And yes, eye candy. And sometimes when you do those things, even in the presence of your partner,
you see the eye candy, that's the problem.
Sometimes if you do those things in the presence of your partner, sometimes it's not a big deal. And sometimes that one too, it depends on you and your partner, what you guys have agreed on or what is okay between the two of you. But there are people who will not even look. When it's passing, they'll do like this, but they have antennas behind them.
They monitor the movement.
And they follow up and execute.
Yes.
You understand? So for me, when it comes to physical cheating, at least physical cheating, there's evidence. Physical cheating is one. When, especially the sexual one,
you go catch
the moment
them.
he goes to have intimate affairs with somebody else, and the intimacy is not just sex. It runs from kissing, from touching, smooching, whether it's browsing or browsing. No, the knickers doesn't even have to come off.
Smooching.
The knickers doesn't even have to come off. So first, there's kissing, there's touching,
dry humping,
and then there's browsing, and then brushing. Look, once there's any of those things, and then the real penetral something, it is cheating.
True.
It is cheating. So anything that takes your man intimately away from you is cheating.
That's all.
Any form of or your woman intimately away from you is cheating. So once the person becomes intimate with somebody else, a third party, then clearly you can see the guy has cheated on you, or the girl has cheated on you. So that's for the physical cheating. I think it's straightforward. It's evidence. Everybody can see. But apart from the emotional, the physical, this thing, we also have the mental cheating. You see, as women, and especially as African women, the default upbringing is to be there to do as your husband wills, or as your husband says, or as your husband wants. So sometimes you can have a woman who is of substance, admired by all, you know, is looked up to by many, gets married, and all of a sudden they become somebody else. You understand? It's like the man takes away their very essence, their very value of survival. They make them into something they are not. And it's they can only exist as their husband if they're able to kowtow to their conditions. And they take away from you so much that, I don't know, you become something you are not. Somebody you are not, like you lose your very essence. It's also a form of cheating, because sometimes when men do things like that, what happens is that you end up now doubting yourself.
They rob you of your sanity.
They rob you of your sanity, and then they in turn go around looking for people that were like you to now cheat on with.
Or even to have conversations with.
Robbing you of your sanity.
It leads to other forms of cheating. Because you see, I don't know how to break this down in words. Because it's complicated. Because you see, they get attracted to you because you are Tina.
You're strong.
You're strong.
You can stand up for yourself. Suddenly, that's the thing they hate the most.
The moment they have you cornered, Now that becomes the threatening thing. 1 year don't make out 1 hour 3. And then they be an event or China event. And they sit here from corner. Do you understand? You see, I the only person who works at CTFM, everything Tina, everything Jessica. Then it becomes a problem. Then as time goes on, Tina will start saying, oh Jessica, this event I beg you, I can't come. I have an issue with this. Oh, this one I can't come. Then you start losing yourself. The next thing you know, he's cheating on you with Jessica. Because Jessica is more of an in-town lady. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is that, look, for me, the emotional, the physical, they are the biggest forms of cheating.
Obvious.
But they're obvious ones. But the other forms that are very subtle, they rob you of, and then after, they justify why they are going for somebody, quote unquote, who is much better than you. It doesn't only happen between, like, it's not only the men who do that to women. There are also some women who also do it to men. So, I mean, it's not a direct form of cheating, but it's just that sometimes these are ways they kind of like cow you down. So when they're even cheating, you can't even complain. Meanwhile, they suppressed you and you can't even afford to smile.
You don't even do makeup anymore.
Thank you.
To quickly answer what we said, we didn't talk about phone cheating and then
emotional.
Whereby
chats on the phone. You're getting attached to them.
So if he's doing that, you should know he's cheating. If he's having affairs. If she or she having affairs via this internet thing as well, getting all naked, online dating, nudities, all of that is cheating.
I don't even understand why you're in a serious relationship and your partner is on Tinder.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Never.
Actually, I agree. I agree. There's no point.
It's a dating app.
Yeah, I feel you.
It's true.
If you say Facebook or something else, I understand.
That's fine.
Tinder is like a relationship. You're right.
You're looking for.
We'll go for a quick commercial break. The ladies did say that this topic was rather. It could be long, could last the whole show, and indeed we haven't even finished. But yeah, we'll go for this break. We'll be right back. There's more coming up. Welcome back to Sister on City TV and, of course, 97.3 City FM. Remember, you can also download the City Newsroom app. Yes, via that app, you can listen to our show from wherever you are in the world. Our WhatsApp number is still active, 054-998-6996. Send your problems through. We'll get to them, if not on this show, this episode, probably on subsequent ones. Here's a message from a 33-year-old lady. She says, I've been with my boyfriend for almost a year now and everything seems to be going on well. But Jess, I'm scared I will ruin it. I think I have trust issues and I did a lot of soul searching and thinking to find out what the problem is. And I can confidently say that it's my dad's fault. My dad is a chronic liar. He lies about everything. Petty things he shouldn't lie about, he will still lie. My mom has done a good job by staying in the marriage. Jess, whatever my dad says, I can bet he's lying. My boyfriend has not given me reasons to doubt him, but I tend to question in my mind whatever he tells me, and it's robbing me of my happiness. How do I deal with this? Help a sister out. P.S. This is not my first relationship, but it's the first one I'm totally committed to and hoping it'll end in marriage.
Wow. It makes me remember when I met my husband. I said to him, because of all the wahala my dad gave to my mom growing up, I looked at him and I said to him, so do you think a year from now, would you be bored? Would I be bored? Like, will we be happy? And they say, oh, Fioko.
Oh,
really jokingly, like
how romantic.
And then I think 16 years down the line, he looks at me and said, so I'll see you bored. Now look at us. Yeah. The thing is, sometimes it's hard, especially when you're growing up and you see what your parents are going through. It could be any situation, especially like what you're saying. You grew up in a situation whereby your dad was constantly lying, so you don't know any better. You do know better, but you haven't been exposed to anything else. Thank God your mom is the go-to person, like, for anything. Even with us right now as a family, most of the time my husband is very close with my kids and they talk about everything and they're like daddy, but usually he finds a way around stuff when they ask him questions, when it has to do with sex or anything, and they know mommy would say it as it is.
Right.
So they know to go to daddy. They know daddy's always there, but they know they're always like, "Mommy, is it true?"
Oh,
Because
they come to you for confirmation.
They come to me for confirmation. If I say it's true, they go like, "Oh, okay," because they know daddy. It's not like daddy tells them lies, but they just know that mommy is a bit serious about things. She'd say it as it is.
Right.
But having said that, with your situation, my advice to you would be, enjoy your relationship as it is. He hasn't given you any cause to doubt him. So far, so good. It's okay to be happy. Don't expect something bad to happen. Like, enjoy it. He's good to you. I can understand you have trust issues because of your father. That's your father. That's your mother. It's different. They're working it out. They're fine. But you're growing up. You've grown up into a beautiful young woman who is in a relationship, and this guy, as far as I'm concerned, based on what you're saying, loves you to bits. He's not giving you any cause to doubt him. So I would say, take it one day at a time and just let go. Let go and enjoy the relationship. Don't cloud your mind with, oh, it could go wrong, as though you're almost anticipating something to go wrong.
Right.
You know, but just enjoy it as it is. If you see something and you feel like you're not sure, don't keep it inside and assume. Ask him for clarification. And say, oh, I'm not sure about this thing that happened or what he said. I'm not really clear about it. And make sure that he explains so that you understand. And in that same breath, as much as he's explaining, don't put him in a situation whereby he has to overly explain to the extent that it looks as though he's lying. Because you have trust issues, it would make him come across as though he's lying, even though he's telling you the truth. Yeah. Because that can actually be off-putting, and you wouldn't enjoy the best in your relationship, because what you keep doing is you keep judging the people even before they open their mouths, that you lose so much of life. So take it one day at a time, and by all means, feel free. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to have a normal relationship, and take it one day at a time. Trust me, when the problems come, all you need to do is face it head on, deal with it, but don't bring whatever issues your dad had into your relationship. Try as much as possible. I'm not saying it's easy, but if you try to make a conscious effort, say your relationship is different and you want things to be different, it will be different.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say that when you're used to something, or when growing up, that is all you see, it's quite difficult to see further than what you are used to. And it's natural what you are feeling, that what if the example of the man that I have is like that for every person, and this person that I have met may exhibit or may behave like the example that I've had all my life. It's natural, but it's not healthy. You need to make up your mind that, one, your man is not your father.
Okay.
2, you are not your father. Neither are you your mother. Your mother stayed in a relationship full of lies. Took up all the sad parts and everything, bore all the wrongdoings and stayed in it. Okay? You are not your mother. So you are in a relationship where the man is not your father and you are not your mother. So if something like that should happen, you don't have to behave the same way your mother behaved. You need to give people a plain sheet on which they would write their own story. What if he saw you and he also has some baggage coming from his past, and he's saying that his mother was a prostitute? So he found out later in life, and maybe that's how you are also going to be. It's not fair, because then he's judging you on something that his mother has done.
Right.
And that is exactly what you are doing to him. So I think you need to take a chill pill. You need to say to yourself, that I'm not going to. You also need to explain to the guy that this is your issue, okay? That listen, I'm coming from this place, and I have great tendencies to feel mistrust. So as much as possible, can we be open to each other and be transparent and tell ourselves what exactly is, so that I don't drift into that zone where I calculate your every move and try to judge you even before you do things. So once you've had that conversation, you now have to work and trust that you have put your fears out there, you have put your concerns out there, you've given him a clean sheet. Now if he goes contrary to it, then you know what to do. But if he hasn't even given you any reason, he hasn't done anything to show you that, and you are worrying sick of whether or not his next move is going to kill you, that one, you are going to hurt yourself. And even if you spoil this relationship, I'm not sure you want to stay single all your life. So you go and get into another relationship. And so will you keep on doubting every man that comes your way?
That's a lot of work.
So I think that give yourself a chance, give this man a chance, give him a clean slate, give him a clean sheet, let him write his own story, let him know your fears, and then, you know, live life as it comes every day, and its challenges, deal with it one at a time.
Great stuff.
Okay, I would say that depending on how you grow up, most children tend to want to either be like their parents or be nothing like their parents. So in this case, she doesn't want to have anything to do with the personality of the father. Now, from her submissions, I don't think that they have problems now. The problem is in her head.
Right.
So it's like I don't think she's told the man that I don't trust you, She's battling with herself. Like, you know, can I trust him? Can I continue trusting him? Will there be a time where there'll be reason not to trust him? So for now, I think the man is doing his bit. So I will not probably encourage telling the man that this is where I'm coming from and this is the baggage I'm carrying. Because like I keep saying, sometimes when you give them too much information, that information may later be used as ammunition. So maybe one day he genuinely does something and you want to go like, babes, where were you last night? Or I'm not very comfortable with you and this person. And what did they be? You know, you are just like that. It's just you. You're just thinking. You're just thinking. So sometimes it's good that yours is a bit under control. So now the thing is that you should ask yourself. You see, people can make you laugh. Someone can make you very excited. But that happiness, that innermost joy is within your control. It's not anybody who will teach you how to do it. And you need to be selfish about your happiness. So you need to be selfish. But once you are being selfish about your happiness, you talk to yourself that there's a need for you to be happy. There's a need for you to express joy. You also have a right to be loved, a right to express love, a right to be happy because somebody loves you. Now, apart from that, there's this thing about energies that I subscribe to a lot. When you have good energy, pure thoughts, good thoughts, you attract people of that kind. Now, people who are always scared of witches, their house is always under attack.
True.
Yeah, you are scared of some witch, you'll always be under attack. Or you are scared of somebody stealing from you, they'll always be stealing from you. Or you know, it's like anytime you are paranoid about something, most of the time, that's exactly what happens.
The power of thinking.
So your thoughts should be positive. I mean, instead of thinking like, oh, my dad used to be a liar. Let me add it on to Tina's submissions that he's a different person. Even twins are different. He's a different person. Give him a blank sheet. Now, Kwame is the most fantastic gentleman I've ever had. I would love to spend my lifetime with Kwame. And allow Kwame to be what you want him to be for you. You understand? But the moment in the back of your mind, what if he's like my dad? Your energies are pushing him to become like your dad. Because those energies, I believe in it a lot. That's why when you meet certain people, just be some people that you depend on. Be happy for them and wish them well and see them in good light. And they also reciprocate. But the moment you So I think that give yourself the opportunity to love, experience love, because you see, if you allow your father's attitude to get into your head, you're going to lose a good thing.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen is that good men sometimes are difficult to find. So you're going to lose a good thing. And then if you're not careful, you end up with somebody exactly like your dad. And then you watch on to your current boyfriend having a better life with some other woman. And you be sulking.
And you vex.
And you vex. That life has been unfair to you. So breathe in, breathe out, let go, allow yourself to enjoy this man. Think positive thoughts. On hindsight, if things don't go well, it's okay. At least you enjoyed it whilst it lasted. And move on to the next.
Oh, and adding on to that, if things don't go well, what you could do in your next relationship is let your partner know that this is what spoils the deal for you lies in relationships, so that they know, so that when things are going on, they know that, hey, my girlfriend doesn't like lies, so at least they know. When
but who likes lies?
Nobody does, yeah.
No, but
some a little more than others.
Maybe for her, even common playing white lies might be an issue.
True.
Because of where she's coming from.
All right. So I think what we're all saying essentially is that your current boyfriend can't pay for your father's crimes and shouldn't pay for your father's crimes, okay? So deal with him as he comes and take every day, you know, independent of the others, you know, and just live through it. You should be fine. I'll see if we can squeeze in one more message. We're almost pressed for time, but Fafali in Medina wants to know, says, is it right for me to go into a relationship hoping that I will fall for him as time goes on? So she obviously doesn't love this guy yet. I'll give everybody, what, 2 minutes? Maybe?
All right, let me start. I don't have much to say. I don't think so. I don't think it's healthy because you're not sure of your feelings. What if it doesn't work out? And then you've spent time, wasted his emotions because he probably is into you and then you are not. So why are you there? Hoping that you will fall for him. It's always good to find a point of attraction, whether even it's money or it's wealth, position, fame, love, whatever it is. There should be an attraction somewhere. So if there's none, there is a non-starter.
It's pointless.
I'm done.
What do you think?
But did you say there's no attraction?
Yeah, well, not explicitly, but the way the relationship is put, it's like, you know, I don't really feel him. Should I do it? Will the love come as time goes on?
No. I mean, I agree with Tina, no. For most relationships to thrive, there are basic things that are very essential. For me, the first thing is, are we able to communicate as effectively and efficiently with each other without like mincing words? Are we free? Are we good? Are you attractive enough? Do I bond with you? Like, there's so many little important things that are very, very important into making the relationship flourish. If those things are not there, then forget it. That is why today we have divorce rates are going up, because people are ready to settle for anyone and anything, because everybody is getting married. Well, I don't know when Mr. Right is going to come. Therefore, this person is here right now. Let me just take him like that. No, you cannot just take him like that. Maybe they love you to bits, but you don't. If you don't waste their time. Allow them to find somebody who loves them enough to be with them all their lives. Not to forget, once you get married, kids are going to come, and cut a long story short, no.
That's all.
Don't marry him.
Thank you.
I disagree small.
Okay, let's hear that.
Most people, when you ask them their boyfriends or husbands, some of them, they will tell you that from day one they despise them. They didn't even want to stay, couldn't even stand them.
Oh, wow.
Some
Really?
will tell, yeah, when I met Dan the first time, he pissed me off real bad. I was like, who is this snob?
Yeah, but before you got into a relationship.
No, yes, that's before. But I'm saying that, you see, once you're able to do the things that you like, you communicate. You see, people have different definitions of love.
True.
You see, so the love may not be maybe she's thinking about the deeper sense of love, as in to really love somebody like a woman loves a man. Sometimes it has to grow for certain people. So the thing is that give yourself an opportunity to date, getting to know me, getting to know you, and see whether it works. It's like a business plan. You can't say that you have to be sure a business plan is going to before you start. Sometimes you just have to start. The only problem is that don't go dropping your naked, so that when it doesn't go right, then you are hurt. So it doesn't hurt to at least start. It doesn't hurt to start, to explore and see whether there are other hidden parts of this gentleman that will make your buttons tick. But if it doesn't, Charlie, don't waste your time.
Unfortunately, I have to go. We'll run out of time. But guys, we'll be back same time next week. And if we didn't deal with your story today, trust me, on a subsequent episode, we will do that. Keep your eye on our Sister Facebook page. We have something really exciting for you coming up in the next few weeks. We'll be doing some Facebook Lives for personal interactions with myself and the ladies and you, of course. So watch out for that. Search for Sister Live on Facebook. Thanks very much for listening and watching. We'll be back same time next week.